Wake up. Open your eyes. Everything looks the same, but something is deeply, fundamentally wrong. That feeling you just imagined, I lived it. Not metaphorically, not as some spiritual awakening story. I'm talking about closing my eyes on a Tuesday afternoon in 2015 and opening them to a world that had completely moved on without me. I had a medical condition that most doctors had never seen before, a sleep disorder so rare it doesn't even have a proper name in most textbooks. My brain essentially hit a pause button on consciousness while the rest of the planet kept spinning. 10 years. Gone. Let me paint the picture for you. I fell asleep watching television. My phone was a rectangle with a cracked screen and a headphone jack. Gas was under $3. Nobody had ever heard of a global pandemic. My nephew was 7 years old and learning to ride a bike. I woke up and he was driving a car. The technology shock hit first. Everything required facial recognition or a password I obviously didn't have. My old phone was essentially a museum artifact. People were talking about things I had genuinely never heard of. Entire cultural moments, political earthquakes, trends that rose and died while I was unconscious. But here is what nobody tells you about losing a decade. It is not the big things that destroy you. It is the small ones. My favorite restaurant had closed. The tree in front of my parents' house had been cut down. A friend had gotten married, had 2 kids, and was already divorced. These tiny grief moments kept ambushing me constantly, sometimes dozens of times per day. The psychological weight was absolutely crushing. I had to essentially relearn how to exist in society. Simple tasks felt impossible. Ordering food, navigating public transportation, even casual conversation was a minefield because my cultural references were a decade out of date. I would make a joke and get blank stares from people who had no idea what I was referencing. The hardest part, though, relationships. The people I loved most had built entire lives during my absence. They grieved me, accepted my loss, found their new normal, and then suddenly I was back, expecting to just slot back into positions that no longer existed. It created this painful, complicated tension that therapy is still helping me process today. But here is the unexpected truth that completely changed my perspective on everything. Coming back forced me to see how much time most people waste. You are living in real time right now, every single second accounted for, and so many people are just sleepwalking through it, choosing numbness over presence, choosing distraction over connection. I would give anything for ordinary Tuesdays, for boring conversations, for slow evenings with people I love. The decade I missed taught me that the moments you are most tempted to skip are actually the ones that define everything. You are awake right now. You are present in this exact moment. Do not waste it. Because I promise you, the version of yourself from 10 years ago would be desperate to trade places with you right now. Honor that. Start today.